Hi there and happy weekend. This is Scott at Scott Trades on Twitter with StockMarketMentor.com and your chart of the day. Want to take a look at RIOT Platforms. This is ticker RIOT. Now, RIOT is in the Bitcoin and blockchain space. They're a Bitcoin miner, and everything Bitcoin has been running nicely lately in case you haven't been paying attention to that space. This has been a great trade for a lot of us over at StockMarketMentor.com. And I want to do a little chart analysis to give you an idea of why I think this stock outperformed some of the others today. And a lot of it has to do with just catching up to some of the other Bitcoin miners. You know, someone asked me today, why do you think RIOT is rocking the way it is today? And I talked about Marathon. And if you look at Marathon here, this is another Bitcoin miner from June the 20th. That's this day here. Let's say off the 50-day moving average. That's the red day, the red line here. You know, we go up. Marathon is up about 70% in 20 days. 70% off of the 50-day moving average. Meanwhile, if you look at RIOT off the 50-day moving average is only up about 40%. And so I told this person, you know, I think RIOT's really just kind of catching up to some of the other Bitcoin miners. Even if you look at something like HUT8, you know, HUT8 off of, again, let's do it off the 50-day moving average. You know, this is up well over 100%. If you look at something like TeraWulf, once again, off the 50-day moving average, this stock is up over 70%. And so my suspicion is that we're getting a bit of a catch-up play here with RIOT. Now, it looks great here on the daily chart. Looks even better on the weekly because you can see how it broke above and closed above this weekly 200-period simple moving average. And so we have a nice weekly breakout here. Clear downward sloping trend line, clear resistance, breakout, and it comes on higher than average volume. That's what I want to see in a weekly breakout. And so while I think the stock is pretty extended here on the daily chart, we like weekly breakouts. We like weekly higher highs and weekly higher lows because that says that a longer term trend is in play. And so I would definitely keep an eye on RIOT to continue to try and catch up to some of the other Bitcoin miners. And one interesting note as well is recently we've had some weakness in Bitcoin. I'll look at BITO as as an example. You know, BITO broke out here, pulled all the way back to the 50-day moving averages. Now it's just kind of holding above the 50-day moving average, but hasn't really done much. And this is a great vehicle for trading Bitcoin. And so recently we've seen some weakness in something like this, but we haven't seen that weakness play out in RIOT. They've been in to buy the dip, and every time it opens lower, it closes higher. And so there's some definite bidding going on as traders are having to reach up higher and higher to get the shares that they want. And so I like the potential trend here that's starting on RIOT, and I think it's definitely one you want to keep an eye on into next week and maybe even the rest of the month. We'll see how it plays out. So that's what's on my mind here with RIOT Platforms. I hope it's helpful, and if it is, be sure and check out what we're up to over at StockMarketMentor.com. Click that link, take a trial, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side.